Hey guys, it's Jack here. Now, I wanted to talk again today about a little bit about e-commerce here in Australia because you guys I got a lot of good feedback on the last video, said that it motivated a lot of you guys and it showed you guys some things that you didn't know about, which is really good. Now, I'm gonna delve a bit deeper into this and actually show you some stats of e-commerce and show you what's possible in just Australian e-commerce here in 2020. And this isn't some ploy to get you guys to buy my courses or anything like that. Don't even bother checking them out. This isn't a video in regards to that. This is just to show you guys what I've been able to do, what my students have been able to do, and just generally what Aussies have been able to do in Australia, especially in 2020 for e-commerce, building their brands, building their businesses. Now for this video, I'm actually going to keep it niche down, narrowed down to Amazon FBA and Shopify, because that's basically what I teach. That's the majority of what I know, but I know that there are other ventures out there that don't have to be those two things that you can actually be successful in when it comes to e-commerce in Australia. So we're going to get straight into it, and I'm going to start off with showing you some of my figures of my Amazon business as well, and my Shopify business as well. So I'm actually going to start off showing you guys just some of my e-commerce stores, Amazon and Shopify here. Now, just to preface this, I don't necessarily focus too much on my own stores now, because I focus on teaching the students in there. We've got about 400 students now in Ecom Excellence, which started about 2 years ago now, maybe a little bit over now. And I focus on teaching them because I teach you how to grow on Amazon as well as Shopify. So I focus on that as much. So just keep that in mind. I don't focus solely on my own e-commerce stores now. I basically just keep up to date with it, sell little bits here and there just to keep up to date with what's going on. And, basically just doing things like refining strategies and just finding new ways to do things if there's a policy or anything like that that needs to be updated in the course or whatnot, or just something to keep note of or keep track of. I take care of those sides of things as well. But just to preface that, show you guys some of the stats that I'm able to do on Shopify, a little bit on Amazon FBA as well, but I'm also going to show you guys my students as well and what they've been able to do in Australia. It's actually a really funny one. This is just some of my stats for Amazon FBA here in Australia, and like I said, these numbers aren't going to be anything too crazy, but it's just going to show you what's the potential of what's around here in Australia, because a lot of people say that the Aussie market's flat, there's nothing there, especially with Amazon, there's no sales there. I'm just going to chuck something up here now. This was a payment that I received not too long ago, and this was for like a week or two of one single product selling, one single beauty product selling on the Aussie market. And when I kid you not, when I tell you guys I work 30 minutes a month on this, I literally work 30 minutes a month. All I really do now with this product is I just restock when I have to. And now I'm to the point where I actually have to restock more. I need to increase my inventory, because after I did the initial things like photos for the listing and I did my PPC, I ran that, and now I'm getting organic reviews for the product. Because the product's high quality and because it solves a problem for people, it just generally, the ball's rolling on its own. Now, it's taken months to do that, but now I'm at to the point where that payment that you saw that came through, that was on the low side, and that just happens with literally 30 minutes a month of work. I'm not kidding you with that, and that's just basically what's possible. Now again, I said, and I'm not going to bullshit you with these numbers or anything like that. I said that that's just so I keep on top of what's going on with Amazon and show you guys what's possible with minimal work in that sense. Now, if I was to delve right into it, get more and more products in, grow that brand, I could definitely turn that into multiple thousands a month, maybe even hit the 10K month, 10K a month revenue mark, and hopefully in the future 10K profit per month. But just there to show you guys, I'm showing you guys these figures to show you what is possible in the Aussie market. And for someone like me who teaches it, who doesn't necessarily focus on selling, if you're someone who wants to focus on the selling and you want to get into it and build your actual e-commerce business or brand, it's doable. Trust me, it is doable in the Aussie market. So here's something that you'll actually be a bit more surprised about. Now, this is on my Shopify store. I'm going to chuck up some figures here as I run through this. But this was on a single store, wasn't really even a branded store, like it wasn't branded particularly to the product. I only ever ran one product at a time, maybe two maximum at a time, one Facebook ad. Really, I didn't delve too much into upsells or anything like that, but this is what I was able to do. And the max I hit was basically just before and during COVID. I even did all this stuff during COVID because I get that question a lot. I usually get, Jack, is it viable to start this stuff during COVID? My answer is yes, definitely. I launched one of these products, the one that I actually made the most revenue out of in a month. I launched literally in March, which was in the midst of COVID. I did it as a statement, basically just to say, okay, look, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But if it does, I can show you guys what's possible. So I did, one of these products was a dental product. The other one was a fitness product. And I launched the fitness product, got that to, I think it was around 16K in revenue. And both of these products I was hitting around 1,000 to 1,500 profit per week on. So I don't want to bullshit you guys on the numbers again. That wasn't profit. The 16 grand wasn't profit. Profit around that was probably around 4 or 5 grand for the month. But yeah, it was hitting around 1,000 to 1,500 per week on that product in profit. And it was only one product, one Facebook ad as well. Might have changed the ad a couple of times. Still had the same targeting, still targeted to the same product page. And I just grew the Facebook ads, and it was all from one product. And that was all. The best bit is it was all on the Aussie market. It was all selling to Australians, getting my supplier, shipping it to only Aussies, focusing Facebook targeting only to Aussies. The whole store was focused around Australia. That was it. That was all there was to it. And I just wanted to do it as a statement to say, okay, can we do this during COVID? Can we do this during, just two Aussies focused on Australia? It doesn't have to be selling in the States. It doesn't have to be selling in Germany or somewhere in Europe or somewhere in the UK. We can actually do this in Australia. And I was able to do that, on Shopify within the first month of launching that product. And I knew nothing about the targeting for fitness products. Now, mind you, I had prior experience with my other product with dropshipping, so I kind of knew my way around it. But it was the first time really scaling a fitness product, and just goes to show, you can do it. You just need to put the time and effort in, and I had to put the time and effort into, growing and scaling my Facebook ads, figuring out the problems with shipping, because just so you know, it wasn't all it wasn't all easy street, with this fitness product. I had to change supplier about 5 times because of the issues with COVID, but I worked my way around it and I did it. And got to the point where I grew it to that size, and then I just sold a product that was very high demand and made sure that it was high quality. And then it was on a trend at the moment, because it was a home fitness product. It was going on the uptrend, and then I eventually had to stop that product. But again, I rode that wave and I made that money during that time frame. So it is doable. Again, I'm going to keep saying this. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but it is doable. And these are just some of my stats. Now, before we actually get into the basic fundamentals of how to do this, I'm going to show you guys a few of these stats from some of my students as well. And this is all on Amazon Australia. So I've got a couple of students now who have hit the 10K plus mark on sales for their Amazon store, and they are now growing their e-commerce brands here in Australia. So only selling on Amazon here in Australia. Again, as I reel through this, you'll see some stats up here. But we've got people that have joined our 10K club as well in Ecom Excellence, for people who have grown their Amazon business at 10K plus in sales for the Aussie market, which is very, very exciting to see. And then you'll see some other people who, they've got different kinds of stats. We even had a student who launched their product. Again, it was a fitness product. Now, I'm not going to reveal their products for obvious reasons, but it was a fitness product that they launched. And that was even during COVID. That was around May. They launched their product. In that first week that they launched their product, you'll see the screenshots for this. The first week that they launched their product, they got about, it was the first week or two, they got about 3 grand in sales. And for that first week, they profited about 1,000 to 1,500 in their first week. And this is on Amazon Australia. And their only problem was that they couldn't get in stock fast enough to keep selling. They even upped their price another $30, $40, and they still sold out. So they had a product that was in demand. They had a product that was basically not even just riding a trend. It was basically something that was solving a problem. They were able to do that. They were able to create those numbers, and now they can build a brand off that. They can just basically build off that momentum, and they might even be able to launch products surrounding that same niche and go from there. So it really goes to show, it's not just me. I'm not just trying to flash numbers in your face. I'm just trying to give you guys some motivation and give you guys that final push, because I get a lot of, the majority of questions I get that if they're not asking for help, it's basically, is it viable to do? We've got all this stuff going on. We've got COVID. We've got this and that. Really, the truth of the matter is, it doesn't matter what's going on in the world. There's always going to be something that's happening in the world, and I don't want you guys to use that as an excuse to not go out and try it, because I actually use this COVID thing as an advantage. I thought, okay, no one's going out and shopping in physical retail stores. They're going to start shopping online more. Sweet, okay, I might have problems with suppliers, we'll figure it out. We ended up figuring it out. It gets, had road bumps along the way, but I thought more people are buying online. Why don't we ride this wave? And again, there's going to be more COVID stuff happening as well in these coming months. Why don't you take this opportunity and launch that e-commerce store, launch that single product Shopify store, launch that product, get it shipped into Amazon and start selling. I'm just telling you guys that you need to get out there and you need to just do it. And I know I get a lot of good feedback because people need that push. People need that push to do it. I'm telling you guys, it's not just me that's showing you these numbers. It's my students. It's people literally just like you and me who just have started and they just learn and they go out there and try it and they keep learning, they keep growing. And the more that they do it, the more successful they become at it. But really, before we end this video, I'm just gonna run through a few things that as to why my products that I've shown, well, the stats from the products that I've shown you, basically why my products or why my students' products have been successful on the Aussie market. And there's really only a few points that you need to take note of here. I talk about it all the time. I talk about it in my course constantly and all my content. There's a few things that you need to know when it comes to selling products online. When it comes to selling any products in general, these are because I used to work in retail myself as well. I know I'm going on a bit of a side tangent, but I worked in retail myself as well for quite a few years, and you pick up on a few trends, you pick up on things that work, and it's the same thing with e-commerce products as well. So these are a few tips that I would just give to you guys before I finish this video that might help you on your e-commerce journey. So first one of the most important things is having a good product. What do I mean by a good product? I mean one that's in demand, one that's high quality. Don't sell any of these cheap bracelets or any of that crap. Just don't even bother with that. Make sure it's a good quality product. Make sure there's something that you would be proud of selling, that you would use yourself. Not even necessarily have to use yourself, just something that is a high quality product. And number three, make sure it solves a problem. A lot of products that I've sold have come from problems that I've needed to solve myself. It's basically something that I've searched for on Google, something that I've seen because I needed something to help me or something to solve a problem for me. And then I thought, maybe I can turn this into a product I can sell, and then you build off that, and then you start doing product research off your own needs, off your own sort of wants and needs and problems that you need solved. So that's the main thing. Make sure it's a good quality product. Number two is branding. Now, especially here in Australia, I know it's the same in America, probably the same worldwide as well, but especially here in Australia, branding is huge. And what I mean by branding is you need to it's okay to sell no branded products at the start. If you want to sell a no branded fitness product like what I was selling at the start with Shopify, but you need to go into it with the mindset of you're going to be building a brand later on, because when it comes to Australians, they're big on brand, and with big brand comes trust, comes more long-term customers, comes more business, comes more money for you. So you need to be, when you're going into e-commerce, don't go into it with the sense of, okay, I'm going to sell a whole bunch of random products, make a whole bunch of money. It does not work like that. You need to go into the sense of, okay, I'm selling to real people, I'm solving real problems, and I am going to be having a real business. I need to create a real brand out of this. And you need to identify yourself as a business owner. You need to identify yourself as a brand. You, yourself, basically me, we represent the brands that we sell. And that's how I look at business in e-commerce. And that's how you build long-term business in e-commerce. My battery ran out on my camera. Get this last tip in before I end this video. And number three is being consistency. That is a huge part of this, is consistency. Now, these students that I've shown you, and myself included, these people have been able to create this success selling online in Australia. They've just done so because they are consistent with their work. And if something bad happens, there's always going to be stuff like road bumps along the way. And these students went through it time and time again. But the thing is that they didn't stop. They were just consistent with their work. If something happened, they just got back on the horse and just tried again. And something you need to take, into consideration is if you're consistent with this, anything in life, it's like going to the gym. If you are consistent at going to the gym, if you're consistent at eating healthy, you're going to see changes in your body, you're going to see changes in your health. Same thing with business, same thing with relationships. It's like if you are consistent with them all, consistent in general, and you work hard, and just if something comes up, if something like a big road bump comes up and
it might get you down for a day or two. Just take that time to relax, refocus, get back onto it, and then be consistent. I can guarantee if you're consistent with this stuff, you're gonna be successful at it. No matter what it is, you'll be successful at it, especially with e-commerce. So I'll leave it there, guys. But I hope you got some value out of this video. And if you have any questions, leave them down below or give me a message. I've got all my socials down below. Happy to help. I get messages daily now. I'm happy for you guys to reach out. I'm happy to help as much as I can. But hope you guys are staying safe, be well, and I'll see you guys in the next one.